Hey Trophy Hunters, Terminator here, bringing you a trophy roadmap and guide for Don't Knock Twice. Don't Knock Twice is a new walking simulator / horror game that came out this week, developed by Wales Interactive. I was really looking forward to it. It had a Resident Evil 7 vibe to me from the trailers and all the imagery that was shown for it. Unfortunately, it didn't quite live up to that, but it did have some really easy trophies, which was a really nice bonus. It doesn't look like there's too many guides online on this one at this stage, so let's jump straight in and have a look at the trophies. What I'm going to do is I'll take everyone through the trophies through PSN profiles here. I'll point out some of the easy ones, some of the hard ones, and then I've got a full collectible guide which I'll add on to the end of this video with commentary as well. So basically, straight off the bat, you're going to need 2 playthroughs to finish this game. Thankfully though, the first playthrough will probably take you around half an hour to an hour. The second playthrough will probably only take you about 15 minutes because you'll know all the solutions to the puzzles by then. The basic premise of the game is that you're in a house, you have a candle for light, and you have a mobile phone. You keep getting messages on it from your daughter. The objective of the game is to find your daughter, who has been taken hostage by a witch, I think. It's not really clear, but you have to basically get all these different pieces of a pentagram to summon a door to take you to the witch's realm. I know it's a little bit weird. That's the bulk of the game. Once you've got the 5 pieces, it opens up the door, you go to the final realm, and then the game ends. At the very end of the game, you have 2 choices. Spoiler alert, you can choose to either let the witch kill you or kill the witch, and there's a trophy for doing each of them as well. So let's have a look through the trophies here, and let's look at what's easy and what's hard. Before we start, 29 trophies total, 1 platinum, 5 golds, 14 silvers, and 9 bronze. So we've got fire, earth, water, air, and spirit. Now these are for collecting all the different pieces of the pentagram. They're all story-related trophies. You can't miss any of those. You have to do it to finish the game, basically. Next, you have Relight My Fire. This will be the first trophy you get in the game. It's as soon as you start the game, you'll pick up the candle, and you'll have to light it to begin, basically. The first thing kicks in after that. So Axiom, which is a reference back to another one of Wales Interactive's games, I think. Find the axe. The axe is located in the kitchen. Again, you will need the axe to progress through the game. It's not missable. You have to get it to progress. Find the flamethrower. Same thing again. Just before you go to the kitchen, you go to an area where you unlock the flamethrower, but again, story related, so not really relevant. Now we've got Pass, Merit, and Distinction, which is finding 40, 60, and 80% of the collectibles. I actually found all the collectibles during one playthrough except for one without a guide. They're that easy, so you'll probably not have too much trouble with them either. On saying that, there is 1 or 2 of them that are a little bit weird to find, so the guide at the end will come in handy for getting these trophies out of the way. Destroy a door handle. You'll do this as soon as you unlock the axe. It allows you to break door handles off doors, and you can progress anywhere in the game. To be honest, as soon as you unlock the axe, you can go anywhere in the game. It doesn't stop you, which is a little bit weird. Up until that point, doors are locked and things are a bit more spooky. But at that point onwards, the game's just a free-for-all. I'll also point out as well, in relation to the axe, there's a single jump scare in the game. Block your ears now if you don't want to hear when that is, but basically after you finish the section in the kitchen, you'll go into a sort of back door within the walls. You'll have to break some of the dirt in the wall down. I don't know what the best way to describe it is. You break a wall down essentially with the axe. As soon as you break the wall down, there'll be a jump scare. The witch will jump straight at you. It won't injure you, nothing will happen, but that's the only jump scare in the game. So if people aren't wanting to be jump scared, then that's kind of something I think is kind of relevant to point out as well. The rest of the game isn't scary at all. There's no horror elements or anything really to it. It's a bit atmospheric, but as soon as you realize there's no monster around except for that one instance, the game becomes very unscary. Okay, continuing through. So Cook the Crow. There's a outside. You'll find a fountain, and just beyond the fountain there's a bird feeder. There's some bird seed on that, and all you want to do is put the bird seed onto the bird feeder, walk away from it, and a crow will come up to it. Then you want to walk up to the crow and try and interact with it, and that will kill the crow, and it will start burning. There's also a trophy in the game for feeding the crow, which is the other part of this trophy, so you'll unlock them both at once. Okay, Wales Interactive, Burn the Whale. Basically, there's a painting in the basement, which is one of the last areas in the game that you'll go to, off one of the main hallways. Go into the basement and look at the paintings on the ground. One of the paintings will just sort of set fire itself, and you will earn the Wales Interactive Trophy. Now we've got read Jess's diary, read Chloe's diary, and find 100% of collectibles in a single playthrough. So for the two diaries, those again are a different type of collectible in the game, which I'll call out in the next part of the video. Same with the find 100 collectibles. Pot, the black snooker ball. This is black. This is pot black. There's a pool table or a snooker table, which you'll come across after you've been in the outdoor section. Once you've gone into the courtyard, you'll come back in, and there'll be a snooker table. Basically, just pick up the black ball and put it into one of the holes in the pool table. Dunk the basketball. In the same room with the snooker ball, there'll be a basketball. Pick up the basketball and go back out into the courtyard, and there'll be a basketball hoop. Just shoot the ball into the hoop, and you'll get that trophy. Tuppence a bag. This is the same trophy I was talking about before for feeding the crow. It goes along with cooking the crow, which you'll get together. Complete the ending with restraint. This is one of the ending trophies, so there's two of these, and this is for not killing the witch. Destroy a Russian doll, destroy half of the Russian dolls, and destroy all of the Russian dolls. This is the third type of collectible in the game, which I'll call out during the video guide shortly. Find all the family photographs. Wait a second, that's not right. No, it is. No, so that's the second collectible, sorry, Russian dolls, and the third is the photographs. So you'll find those throughout the playthrough as well, and I've got a guide for that too. Now, here's another one of the missable trophies. This is probably the other reason you will need a second playthrough, which is complete the game without lighting any candles. Any wall candles. Now, technically, this is doable on your first playthrough, but the first mechanic the game teaches you is how to light candles. I think it even asks you to light candles in the first room you're in, so most people will miss that trophy on their first playthrough, and they'll have to do it on their second. I had to play through it a second time to get it as well. The good thing is that it only takes you, like I said, I finished it about 15 minutes to get through the second playthrough, because it's, you know, the solutions to the puzzles and you know exactly what to do. You can sprint around. It's quite easy to do. Find 100 collectibles. Find 100% of the collectibles. This is for finding everything, which you'll get for following the guide, and then complete the ending with aggression. This is the other ending-based trophy. This is for killing the witch instead of sparing the witch's life. Now, that's all of the trophies in the game. Like you can see there, it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing too complex there. And because the game is so short as well, and it's kind of open world, but also it's pretty linear in terms of you kind of go to each room and solve a puzzle, or each area of the house to solve a puzzle to unlock a pentagram, and that's kind of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change over to the other screen, and I will do a commentary over the collectible guide for the game as well, and you'll get a glimpse of what the game is all about too. Okay, so this is how the game starts. You're in a room here. It's kind of ghostly looking, I suppose. There's some noises happening. The first collectible in the game is picking up this magazine here. Make sure you press the read button on every collectible as well, as you need to progress, to unlock the collectible, I should say. The first thing that happens is at that window, which is why I went over there, but you actually have to light the candle and answer the phone before you unlock the scene that happens there. I'm also going to have the cell phone out for most of this playthrough, because I was trying to finish the game without lighting any wall candles, so I didn't want to have the candle out just in case I lit any. So that's why it's the phone for most of the playthrough. It kind of works and shows you how the game is played as well. So that's just double checking that we've actually got the collectible. See, the candles on the wall are the ones that you would end up lighting if you were playing the game naturally. This is the second collectible. It's Chloe's diary. So basically pick that up, make sure it's been picked up and you've pressed read on it, and then you can continue. The next collectible here, another magazine. Make sure you pick it up and read it. And we continue down this hallway into the main corridor. This here takes you outside as well. Just a note here, next collectible. So as you can see, not a lot of them are really well hidden. They're pretty out in the open as well. So this is where you need to go to continue the story, progress. As you go around, the doors will kind of be locking behind you, early on anyway, which can become a bit of a pain. But as soon as you unlock the axe, you can get access to anywhere in the game. So it becomes very straightforward after that point. So we're going to go through this little courtyard area and loop back around to the hallway we were just in. Not really sure why, but we do. Bit of a scare there with the painting coming off the wall, but not really. Now we're going to go into the area with the staircase. This is sort of a grand hall kind of area. The kitchen's off this area as well. Next collectible is a newspaper clipping with a missing child on it. Cool, I think we get the point. Now we go upstairs. We get another collectible here. I'm not sure if this one counted or not. It's worth grabbing just in case. There's one here to your left. Another missing child flyer. Then you want to go into the bedroom here with the fireplace. There's 2 of these bedrooms in the game. Slightly different layouts, but they look similar. Another one of Chloe's diaries. And then on the table there's another collectible here. A note. This is the first photograph that you'll find in the game. You actually have to go into the cupboard here, and there's a Russian doll in this cupboard as well. There's the first Russian doll that you'll find in the game. So all you have to do is pick these up and drop them. They'll sort of ignite in a green flame like that, and that will be them unlocking for you. Now we can keep going back into the upstairs hallway. And follow this along to the creepy dungeon. But first, before we go down there, we'll pick up the book and read that. And we've got Jess's diary entry there. So you should have already unlocked quite a few trophies at this point. You would have unlocked the different diary entry trophies by now, and you probably would have already unlocked the 40% of collectibles trophy by this point too, I think. Now before you go down the stairs here, go along the top part here. There'll be a Russian doll on the desk. Pick that one up and smash it. You literally just pick it up and drop it, and that's how you unlock it. This is where the pentagram needs to go, this sort of creepy as shit area down here. Pick up the photograph and make sure you examine that. Now you go into this area here, there'll be a note on this far desk. And a Russian doll just on the shelf. And this is the first part of the pentagram as well. So spoilers if you don't want to know how to finish the game, but this is the water part of the pentagram. You pick it up, water starts kind of splashing everywhere. Once you throw it, it will ignite over on the pentagram over here, signifying that's the first section of it's been completed. There's a collectible just here that you're going to need to pick up. Sort of an old wives' tale. And then this is the flamethrower, so you'll get a trophy for picking that up as well. Now just through here there's another one of the Russian dolls, which is pretty hard to spot. It's on the ground just up ahead, just to your left, so make sure you pick that one up and don't miss it. You can get back to this area if you do accidentally pass through here and miss it though, so you don't have to worry too much. Okay, we're back in the courtyard again. I'm going to watch this little cutscene play out. There's actually a collectible to our left behind the pot over there, which I forgot to pick up until a little bit later on in the game as well. Got to kind of wait for this to play out before we can progress. Alright, now let's go through the door that just opened, back into the same corridor that we've been in, but now this door here is open into the games room, I suppose. Now this is where you can find the basketball, as well as you can do the billiards trophy. So on the pool table there's 3 things you need to collect. Firstly there's the tablet, then there's the photograph here, and the last thing is at the other end of the pool table, another note. Actually it's a map. Cool, so now if you pick up the black ball you can sink it into one of the holes here and you can earn a trophy for doing that as well. Now the note on the table here, pick that one up. So there's actually 4 things in here, plus there's a Russian doll in the cupboard as well, which you need to use the axe to unlock. So we'll come back for that. So now we're going to head into the kitchen. We're going to get the axe from the kitchen and we're going to unlock the next part of the pentagram as well. Grab the book on the table. And then the pentagram is in the oven, but what you need to do is go into the back room and turn the gas off before you can open the oven. Here's the axe. There's I think 3 or 4 axes in the game, which I'm guessing is because they keep getting stuck in the environment, which happened to me quite a few times when I was playing through the game as well. So here we go, turning off the gas. Now we can open the oven and collect the next part of the pentagram. Kind of make some noise. Now just be aware this is where the jump scare in the game happens that I was talking about before. Breaking through this wall here, and then there'll be a lady who will come out and scream at us. Not super scary. And don't forget to grab the next Russian doll just under the kitchen table. There's a photograph here on the piano. Pick that one up and examine it. Then you're going to want to open the piano up with the axe and push the key with a fingerprint on it. That will open up a secret passage. Now in this cupboard here we've got another Russian doll. Then we'll head into the secret passage, and you're going to have to turn the power off here, which will let the stairs come down, let you go upstairs and get you another way into the bedroom. There's a book here on the boogeyman, which you can't do anything with. You need the flamethrower, which we find just up here, as well as the next part of the pentagram. So that's 3 out of 4 at this point. And now we're in another bedroom, which looks almost identical to the previous one, which is why I said there's 2 of these. Look at the image on the bed. There's 2 axes in this room as well, just in case your other ones have gotten lost or stuck at this point. Which they definitely do, because the controls are a little bit weird. So there's a safe here as well, which has another part of the pentagram in it. The code for the safe is actually on the mirror in the bathroom, which I'm trying to remember and guess now, but unfortunately can't remember what the actual code was. It's important to note as well, the whole game is playable in VR as well as non-VR. I chose to play it just normally because it's kind of annoying to set the VR headset up all the time, but it's cool to have that option. Not a lot of Platinum mobile VR games, so to unlock the code on the mirror, you just turn the hot water on and it will fog up the mirror, but make sure you pick up this photograph here and check it. So 4862 is the code. Now there's Russian doll in one and something else in the other. Make sure you grab the Russian doll. And there's nothing else in the bathroom. We can head down to the basement from here. Grab a couple more collectibles. So, this one here on the table. Another one about the ritual. Pick up the damn axe that we keep dropping. Head over here. Got this generator working, so we want to smash this wall and then turn this crank, basically. You can do it in whatever order you want. And it will put down some planks which you can use to cross the chasm over there. We can cross over here. And grab the pitcher. This is where the next pentagram is. Pull out all these bricks here and you will get the next piece. Kind of some weird physics when you're doing it, so you're just going to kind of stick with it. Grab the tiara. Make sure you open this one up and grab the doll that's in here. And then on your way back across the bridge, you'll see a painting to the right, just there. That painting there was filled in when we went across originally, and that's where you get the Wales Interactive Trophy. That's the painting you have to look at, and it will burn when you look at it. Because I'd already gone past there, it had already burnt, but it's cool to point out just so you know where to get that trophy. Don't know if it's actually missable or not. So I'm just opening some door handles here because in my last playthrough I lost so many axes that I couldn't eventually open doors. It got very complicated to open doors when you don't have axes, so I made sure I destroyed the door handles I needed to, just in case something happened to my axe. This is me just remembering what the code is and then going and putting the code into the safe. So the code's 4862. Now we can pull that one open. Grab the ring, and then that's the next piece of the pentagram. I think that's actually everything. Now we're just going to go and get the last couple of collectibles. So there's one in this cupboard just here. Break that open with the axe. Grab the doll, make sure you destroy it. And then you want to grab the last Russian doll, which is back in the games room in here. And in the cupboard at the back of the room. You need the axe to open this cupboard as well. And pick up the Russian doll at the end of the hallway here, and then we've got one more to go. Russian doll underneath the pot in the courtyard here. Then you knock twice, as per the name of the game. You go to this kind of creepy area, and this is where you'll find the very last collectible in the game. This note here. And then this will unlock your 100% all collectibles trophy. Make sure that you don't progress through that door until you've gotten everything else in the game. So if you follow that guide exactly, then you've got all the collectibles in the game. And that's the whole game. Nice and easy, 100% for you guys, or nice and easy platinum, I should say, for you guys. Let me know what you thought of the game down below. Let me know if the guide was helpful, if there's anything you'd like me to tweak for next time. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Terminator out. Thanks for watching the video, guys. To keep up with me, you can follow me on Twitter @Terminator. And if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a thumbs up and check out some of the other great trophy hunting videos on the channel. Until next time, Terminator out.